Hi, I'm Fran Maxwell, the founder and managing director of Sankofa Leadership, and welcome to Coaching for Change. This is our mini webinar series designed to work some quick tips, tools, and hacks into your day to help you evolve your person-centered practice. In this episode, we're going to talk about the habit of pausing before you fix, why we're so quick to jump into solutions, and what shifts when we slow down and decide to create space instead. But first, let me introduce Sankofa Leadership. We are here to help you reinvent the wheel. Human services are nothing new, but they require bold and innovative approaches that honor the lived experiences of the people they serve, with honesty, curiosity, and a commitment to equitable solutions. That's why we work with organizations nationwide to help them fully embrace person-centered methods that reimagine service delivery in care, coaching, leadership, and family-centered collaboration. Before we jump in, we know you're going to hear something that hits home. So do us a favor and hit that like, share, and subscribe button to help us spread this person-centered approach far and wide. Now, let's get started. All right, this is the part of things where only the people who are willing to keep it real should continue. Have you ever been having a conversation with someone about a problem they were having? And while they were still talking, your brain was spinning out 10, 15, 20, 30, sometimes even 40 different ways that they could solve that same issue? Or is it just me? I know that it's not just me. Right? It's not just me, right? Guys! Oh, it's not just me. So go ahead and drop a me emoji in the chat if you can relate, because before we know it, we're blurting out, you know what you should try? You should try X, Y, Z. Or maybe some of us don't even stop there. Maybe we're making phone calls, cutting checks, or even pulling strings before they even finish their sentence. Now, don't get me wrong. That's usually well intended, and sometimes it's even appreciated. But here's a truth that I had to learn. Fixing isn't always the fix. So if you find yourself fixing problems, but you'd rather partner with people for solutions, stay tuned. This talk's for you. I remember early in my coaching practice, I worked with an intern. We'll call him Ryan. It was the summer of his senior year, and he set a big goal. His goal was to use the money from his stipend to buy a car from a family friend. Ryan did this in no time. We were so excited that we celebrated together. I ordered some pizzas, and we hung out and ate the pizzas on the trunk of the car with the other interns. It was such a great moment. I was so proud of him. And in my excitement, I thought, let me take this one step further. And when I say excited, I mean excited. This was the first time I had an intern who not only met their goal, but was interested in continuing to set goals. I thought to myself, let me help him take this one step further. So I called up a warehouse manager that I knew, because I'm connected, and I lined up a job for him. He didn't even have to interview. Can you imagine? I even reworked his budget at the new pay rate. To me, this was the perfect ending to his summer. He should have been thanking me. He should have brought me flowers. At least a lunch or something. Thank you, no, nothing. So imagine my surprise when I presented him with this gift and he looked me in my eyes and said, thank you, but no thank you.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
So it turns out Ryan had a whole plan. Not only did Ryan have a plan, his plan worked better. Ryan decided by driving for a rideshare service with his new car, he could set his own hours, earn money another way, and for Ryan, most importantly, he would be available to support with his younger cousins and siblings after school. To be real, I didn't even know that was something that mattered to him. Turns out there was all kinds of upside in his plan. The fixed schedule with the job that I had lined up for him would cut right across his family responsibilities. And that's when it hit me. If I had only paused before jumping right to fixing, I would have discovered that Ryan didn't need my solutions because he already had his own. So let's talk about why we do this. Why are we all so quick to jump in? Well, the first reason why is because fixing feels like helping. It's tangible. It looks like action. Second, because we feel pressure. As leaders, counselors, case managers, heck, even in our own personal lives as partners, parents, helpers, we often think we're supposed to have the answers. Spoiler alert! No, you're not. In all of those roles, our responsibility isn't to swoop in and fix. It's to collaborate for solutions that work for the person in front of us. Hey, when you're ready to bring this information to your organization and join the growing number of individuals and organizations across the country embracing person-centered practices in care, coaching, and leadership, we'd love to partner with you. Visit our website and get more information now at www.sankofaleadership.com. You can also find valuable tools and resources there as well. And third, and this one stings a little. Sometimes when we rush to fix, what the other person often feels is unheard. Like their situation got minimized because we were in such a hurry to slap a solution on it. So maybe when people come to talk to you about their problems, their projects, their obstacles, you don't assume that they need your answers, your solutions, your contacts, your thoughts, or even your 2 cents. Maybe it's time for you to pause and just listen. Maybe that'll help you stop feeling like you always have to have the answer for everyone's problems, even though no one asked you to solve all of their problems. And stop being such a fixer. What? Who said that? Who said that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Think about it. How many times have you shared something with someone and instead of listening, they jump to advice mode? How did that make you feel? Being person-centered means slowing down. And slowing down long enough to be able to actually recognize all help does not look the same. And not all help is effective in every moment. That's why I love the helping continuum. Check it out. On one end, you've got directive, solo help. That's fixing, consulting, and mentoring. And on the other, you've got collaborative approaches, coaching, exploring, partnering. The goal isn't to say that one is good or one is bad. The goal is to begin to pause and notice what mode you're in. To start asking yourself, is this the right approach to helping? Or should I be doing something different? We like to say here at Sankofa, we want you to decide, don't slide. Don't slide into those default ways of being and behaving and acting. If you're ready to move beyond fixing, you have to be willing to decide. Choose how you're going to show up in every interaction. That's the real goal. Because here's the kicker. Ryan didn't need me to be a fixer. He needed me to listen, ask, and affirm the plan he already had. That was it. And that's transformative. Who could imagine that a pause could be so powerful? When we pause, it unlocks 3 important things: dignity, clarity, and better solutions. With dignity, every time we pause, it signals to the client that we believe that they are creative, whole, and resourceful. With clarity, it allows you to actually hear the person's context, the values, responsibilities, and timing that guide the decisions that they make in life. And better solutions, because of commitment. Plans that come from the person will last longer and stick better because it is their solution. My point is, pausing isn't passive, it's powerful. Well, as we wrap up this episode, it's time to give you your one thing to try. The next time someone comes to you with a challenge, resist the urge to jump right in with the solution. I want you to pause and determine in that moment that there must be more that you should know, and decide that you need to ask more questions in order to get the answers. You could try something like this. Before we jump in, what do you need from me right now? Now, as a disclaimer, while this is a great, powerful question, it can sometimes be too large for people who already have a lot pulling on their executive function skills. So if you get a sense that that might be the case, try framing the options. That could sound like you saying, I want to be on the same page with you, so what do you need from me right now? I can be a listening ear, help you think about solutions, or I can help you plan your next move. Framing out the options you can offer also helps to narrow the focus of the participant so they aren't overwhelmed by these choices. And it helps you name the things you actually have the capacity to do. Asking these kinds of clarifying questions slows you down gives them the mic, and makes sure that the help that you're offering actually fits in the moment. It simply shifts the focus from your solution to theirs. This week, just dive in and try it. The next time someone comes to you with a problem, resist the urge to fix right away. As a matter of fact, if you're like me and you talk with your hands, you've heard me say it probably before, try my little hack where you sit on your hands for 8 seconds. Allow space, allow time, allow them to process what their answer might be. When I'm sitting on my hands, it's hard for me to talk. So figure out whatever your hacks are to keep your trap shut. Instead, pause, ask, listen. Because just like Ryan, sometimes people don't need your solutions. They need for you to create a space so that they can create their own solutions. Because just like Ryan, sometimes people don't need the solution. What they need is the space and support in order to create their own. So don't forget, fixing isn't the only way to help. You don't have to be the answer. You just have to make room for the answer. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Plan to join us for the live recording of Coaching for Change, which happens every second Wednesday of the month. Same time, same place. Click the link in the description to register if you haven't already. Whether you're a coach, a leader, or someone who's just looking to work better with others, pull up. There's no camera required. Just bring your lunch and come reflect with us. Sankofa partners with individuals and organizations across the country to adopt and deepen their person-centered practices, transforming how support is delivered at every level. And when you're ready to bring this work to your team and join the growing movement toward person-centered care, coaching, and leadership, we'd love to partner with you. Visit www.sankofaleadership.com and start designing your learning goals today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.